when I step out, yeah, your boy got a doorman. I go to nightclubs for the... Yeah, they call me the madman. I ain't no madman. I just go crazy, man. Ball hard, can't face, man. Choppers, rip wasteland. This what happens when you give it a taste life, then you give it a wasteland. This what happens when you give it a fake life, then the ape man. I live with birds come in. Sounds like I see it in there. Hey, I'm on your turf again. This, that, yeah. You from the back of the... I got a girl, Brad. Yeah. She go to battleship. I live with birds come in. Sounds like I see it in there. Hey, I'm on your turf again. This, that, yeah. You from the back of the... I got a girl, Brad. Yeah. She go to battleship.
And, Coach, we find ourselves due east from our nation's capital at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. A few minutes ago, it sounded like the 4th of July on the National Mall as the hometown Redskins were introduced to this sold-out crowd. They are set to go as their guys will match up with the Dallas Cowboys. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Smith and the Redskins will come up now 1st and 10.
Hey, back up.
Now a first down throw. It's Smith. This one complete to Jordan Reed. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one goes for 24 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Hey, 4 down.
The first carry now for Adrian Peterson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
To throw on 2nd down is Smith. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Richardson. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. He got 29 yards that time. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. They give it to Peterson. Open space inside the 10. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Adrian Peterson, 25 yards. And the Redskins take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. To throw is Prescott. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Preston Smith with a big-time sack on third down. And it'll be a loss of 7. So on fourth down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. Back deep here, Jamison Crowder. That's taken it around the 40. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Redskins will have a short field here as they take over first and 10. The Washington Redskins, they've been kind of an under-the-radar team. And now they're in first place in the NFC East after surviving the Cowboys 20-17 on that late field goal off the upright, Charles. You're getting ready to have them this week against New York. What do you make of this Redskins squad?
Well, they're a very veteran type of a team. Alex Smith, the quarterback. Adrian Peterson, now they're their lead runner. A number of other guys sprinkled in there. So they're not the youngest team that you've ever seen, but they're a team.
And this is caught in the end zone. It's Dotson for the Redskins touchdown. Josh Doxson, 45 yards. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that'll make the score 14-0. Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Possession going back over to Dallas here, a team who lost last week to Washington 20-17, and that was on the heels of that Week 6 blowout win they had over Jacksonville 40-7. But that loss against Washington, the field goal hitting off the upright after the penalty, a tough one to swallow.
It certainly was because it became a 52-yard field goal attempt for Brett Maher. Should have been 47. And ends up doinking it off the the upright, not the crossbar. And Dak Prescott, he had been 4-0 against Washington in his short career prior to Sunday's loss. A tough game for him as well.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. They give him 12 yards and a first down. So after a good run by Zeke, another first and 10. A first down carry for Smith. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. That's complete. The former basketball star, Rico Gathers. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 23 yards on the play. Here's a give to Smith. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
A second down throw for Prescott. He's got it. Touchdown, Cowboys. Cole Beasley, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys draw a bit closer. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Smith. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there, Smith to Dotson, and even 50 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
First down, here's a run with Peterson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. A shotgun snap for Smith. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Jordan Reed was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
Let's go. Let's go. 15.
Throwing is Smith. Looking for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jeff Heath. And he's into the clear. He's at the 40, 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tent.
That's your boy Old Mo, you said. Momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Back to throw, Smith. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
And now here come the Cowboys. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he powers his way up past the 30. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
We got three down. Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's go.
So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. Back to FedEx Field following this short break.
Hey, 4 down. Here we go. All right, hey. 53, check 53.
On 3rd down, Elliott. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Call it a gain of 10, and they pick up the first.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Well, we got a second here. Let's take a peek around the league. What's coming up week 8? A couple big games as we near the halfway point of the season, Charles. I'm mainly looking at Philly and Jacksonville and London, and then New Orleans and Minnesota. That should be interesting.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Philly and Jacksonville, both teams struggling right now. The Eagles have already lost 4 games. They lost 3 all of last season. Both of those teams need a win in a big way. New Orleans at Minnesota, the Saints are on a heck of a roll right now. They've won 5 in a row. But the Vikings quietly have won 3 straight and seem to be getting their footing on defense again. And how about Green Bay? They had the week off this past week. Big win over San Francisco at home on a Monday night. They now head out to face the 7-0 Rams in Los Angeles. That's going to be fun.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that one. That is a big one indeed.
Aaron Rodgers, Todd Gurley, let's do this.
Prescott on 1st down. Escaping the and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Matt Ioannidis in there to get him for a loss of 5.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. On the left side, he finds Beasley. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And he's got it to Hearns. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. A first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
47.
Now back to the ground with Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And oh, it's no good on the PAT. So they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. So out now come the Redskins. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Following the interception, here's Prescott. Room here to run. And avoids the contact by sliding. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. On 1st and 10, Prescott being chased out left. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Second down, Prescott. And this is caught. It's Cooper. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Prescott from the gun, eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. He was trying to get it to Ezekiel Elliott, and that'll bring up second down. No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left.
Here we go. 46. Here we go. 46.
Final play of the half. Prescott. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the ending, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Prescott now on second down. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The result, a first down, as a quick slant gets him 14. They go play action here on first down. Sliding out of the pocket. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Well, CD taking a peek at some of the injuries from around the league in Week 7. We did have a few. Quan Alexander on that Bucs defense went down with an injury. They'll be monitoring Sony Michel in New England. Now, remember, they already lost Jeremy Hill, Rex Burkhead out of that backfield, so a couple injuries to note. Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott.